How to get to the moolah, get into the dead presidents. What's up, y'all? What's the deal, family? Yes, Dreamwise here for another one. We made it. We made it. We made it. Now look, this presidential debate thing has gave me a lot of clues and ideas and energy to go into what we would call a metaphysical breakdown of what's actually going on in these now times. So I wanted to really tap in to certain energies, and that's why you see this. The dead presidents. And how I tapped into my money algorithm this past presidential term. What's the deal, family? What is the deal? We made it. Look, I've been on this detox, nigga. This thing. What's today? The 5th? Oh yeah. Remember the 5th of November. And this detox got me gone, boy. I can just feel like I'm breaking out now and shit. Stomach jacked up. I got up like 4 times last night. I'm talking about I'm going through that stage. I'm talking about gruesome pain, aches in my back and shit. I'm like, oh gosh, but we made it here today. We made it. And the interesting thing that I've been noticing and seeing in these YouTube streets and the energy is a lot of people are just so invested and engulfed and entranced with this presidential thing. And I'm talking about spiritual people too. And the thing with me that's confusing about that is that we understand what this is, right? And we understand that uh, uh, this world is not predicated on the matrix, if you will, right? So we have to remove ourselves from all of that minutia and just observe it, because yes, we will be able to see symbols in whoever becomes the president. But again, it doesn't really matter or have no jurisdiction in our energy. You feel me? So that's important to understand to the core as I go through this thing, because remember, I want y'all to ask yourself this: is life meaningless? Is life meaningless? Now, there's a popular phrase out there that life is meaningless and blah, 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 right? And there's some truth to that, because at the end of the day, this is an illusion and we're in a contraption to experience, to have an adventure, to learn something new about ourselves, right? So, in the grand scheme of things, we're in a big video game, and this is not the end all, the be all, right? But there's something inside of you that's moving your energy every day. And this is what I want to talk about today. Life may sometimes feel like a riddle with no answers, but there's an undeniable energy that drives us onward, reminding us that we have something meaningful to achieve during our time on earth. So there's a little energy that speaks to you on a daily, that's moving you, right? You get up every day and you're like, I can't stand this job. I know some of y'all do that, right? Or what's what's my plan of attack, or you know what I mean, right? Because remember, spirit is what animates you. Spirit is the energy that moves you. You feel me? Spirit is what makes you dance and have this rhythm, right? This owl go rhythm. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So a lot of times what's happening is we get caught up in survival mode, and this survival mode puts us in a trance-like state that's addictive in nature. So then we feel like we're just here to be workers, and this worker bee energy is a trap. It's mind control at its best. It's how would you say, um, um, something that they programmed inside of you to make you be robots and not run amok on your own ship. Now, I get it. We need some kind of law and order in this particular dimension and in this reality, because basically, you don't want to shit on everybody else's adventure in this thing. But the real name of the game is to, especially when I'm talking to spiritual people, is to break free from any mentality that you've been programmed with, to live out the mentality and the purpose driven that's deep in your heart and that resonates with you. Now, this is a big thing because it's kind of hard to explain, because you have to really just hear where I'm coming from when I'm saying, like, look, nigga, this is not real, and this is just a pit stop in your great by and by thing, right? So now, if you're waking up every day going to some place that you do not enjoy, and you do not understand why you keep on going through this cubicle, this 4-cubicle wall, and being with people that doesn't serve you, and in this space of in this conundrum of just repetitious behavior and robotic movements, right? Which can be hard to break out of, because I get it, the survival mode is there and whatever, right? But you got to feel where I'm coming from when I'm saying, like, nigga, that robot trance state that you might be set in will bring you back to this bitch, based off of you not being able to break free of that particular adventure you're supposed to jump into, based off of you holding on to the trauma, holding on to these fears, holding on to these aspects that does not make you. And that's what we're talking about today, family. We got to get deep into today. So watch this. One thing I want the family to understand and know to the core is that you can see the robots heavy, right? When they have a real strong emotional opinion to the presidents and who should be president and shit like that. Yeah, it's cool to just watch and observe it, right? But when you see that strong egregore spirit, right, like, nigga, you gotta vote for Kamala. Nigga, it's Donald Trump or else. Say, dog, you giving away your energy. Remember, energy, emotions. You're giving away your energy based off of an illusionary trick that one of these people is going to change your life. So you're still in the Obama hope campaign, right? And we gotta, and I get it, it's not us spiritual people, but I have seen, I ain't gonna say no names, I have seen them out here in these streets. And I'm like, oh, this is still creepy. So, you want to be observant of the world, right? And I understand it's a process to get into the observer mode of what this thing is, right? But eventually and holistically, one day you'll just say, oh, okay, I get it. This is not when you do your lucid dreaming and your astral experiences and stuff like that, the energy will run supremely on you, where you can really just look at this physical life as a game. You feel me? A big play, a big orchestra for you to perform and dance, right? You're a character in your movie, and you want to play the best character you can. So stop giving away your energy to people who don't give a fuck about you. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck how much he trying to create freedom and shit like that. And so does Kamala. Kamala, she don't give a fuck about you either. Shit, what? See, look, they gonna tell y'all something, right? This is how it's gonna go too. And watch what I tell y'all. Like, let's say Kamala gets in, right? She said, yes, we get what she promised us, free the weed legalized and stuff like that. Even though I think that still might happen. But all the stuff that she promised, right? All she gotta do is come back like it's gonna be a year, right? Boom. She come back and she said, and all she gonna say is, yeah, we're in the process of it, baby. That's a whole year went by. Boom, that second year. Oh man, Congress bullshit and I can't even do it. Damn, they trying to hold me back. And then that third year, nigga, I'm being president. It's over with. This shit, gotcha, bitch. Ha! Say, and then you look up and be like, wait, I thought we was gonna have all this change. Yeah, all right. Hey, watch how it works. That's gonna be walked down like a motherfucker beautifully. Like, nigga, I just wanted to wear this president just to say I was the first woman president, nigga. Y'all tripping in this hole. So stop giving away your energy to the people that don't give a fuck about you. You really want to get your energy in alignment with the presidents on that fake dollar bill, on them dollars. You feel me? And that's what we're talking about today. So I wanted to tie in, which I did, the Dead Presidents movie, which was a powerful movie, and y'all have to go see it if you haven't, right? Well, everybody should have seen it. And I want to pay homage to the Hughes brothers. And these brothers is the epitome of what I'm about to speak about today. They literally dropped out of high school, right? Started running the streets, dropped out of high school, and did their thing in the movie and directing thing, just betting on themselves, betting on a dream of theirs, right? Got in alignment with Tupac, you feel me? Twin brothers. Said, man, this shit is whack, right? This is essentially what they said. And then made powerful movies that we come to cherish and grew up on, right? Menace to Society, Dead Presidents, American Pimp, and the Book of Eli. Now their energy spoke to, a sort of Madeline Venom type of approach, like, hey man, I'm rebelling against all of that stuff. I don't want to go to college, right? A different world, that's not me. They grew up in that a different world time. I ain't trying to go to Morehouse or Howard and all of that. Y'all gotta go check out their stories. Absolutely amazing. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. They dropped out of high school too. So back then in the early 90s, right, that looks like taboo. Like, nah, you don't just drop out. Right now, these kids doing that today, I believe on a grand scale, which is cool, especially if you have some kind of direction, right? And it's a hard pill to swallow for some people still, because essentially you just don't get it, right? The school system is dying off, and that shit is over with. Like college, high school, all of that stuff is over with. You feel me? Hell, they taking teachers without certifications now. And nigga, I just want you to have a degree. You got a degree? Come on, come teach these kids. I was talking about to my homeboy the other day. He was telling me how many people was teachers and shit. I was like, well, god damn, she did too. Damn, him too. Damn. Just always everybody became a teacher. They got their degree, which you just had to show up in college. And then shit. Now, okay, I got my paper, so I'll just come teach this class for 35 years. See, when I was a teacher, that shit, I was, and it was a blessing too, because essentially it helped me, because I was heavy on the drugs and still addicted in that game and stuff. But I needed some kind of direction. I needed some kind of order. So when I became a teacher, it did help me move into a direction of some kind of order and balance instead of just being so chaotic. You know what I mean? So it's a good thing. It was a good thing for me, but I broke out of that teacher spell as well, because essentially I got quick and hip to the redundancy and the nuances of it every day, doing the same thing every day, speaking to the same. When I was a PE teacher, so shit, I was basically having fun in that bitch. But every day, 5 classes a day, doing the same thing every day, right? Playing the same game. I thought I was in the Truman Show. I thought I was in the Twilight Zone. I couldn't believe how robotic I was moving. Then them days I took off, right? When I was a teacher for them 5, 6 years, them days I took off, say, I said, oh, what? Damn. Not even the weekends, like just on a regular Wednesday. I said, what the hell is going on? It's like I woke up out of something. Trust me, I know I was there, baby. I remember shit, all of that stuff, going to the same walker duty and stuff. Hell, it was the only thing that was keeping me kind of sane was what was that? Was my hood partners that would be walking their kids and stuff. But I didn't want to be them because they was in a different space too. You feel me? He was still in that zero mentality, that trade the truth, that like, hey, I don't need no help, my nigga. I seen Zero the other day or yesterday on that dude Adam 22's show. Man, I just had to click on it and watch something. I kind of skimmed through it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's good. I didn't know. I said, damn, I didn't know Zero was still out here moving like that. You feel me? Shit, that shit just used to be me, one deep till I die looking ass. And so, that spell is casted upon us, and it's basically a program that's set in our system, our nervous system, that just makes us keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again. So now, with the movie, speaking of the President's Day, Dead Presidents, which is an absolute must watch and must, understand to the core, which I'm about to break down a little bit and give y'all a different play and different way to look at it. It says soldiers Anthony Curtis returns to his Bronx home after a nightmarish tour of duty in Vietnam. But the nightmare continues for Anthony and his friend as they suffer their indignities of trying to find steady work and provide for their families in a flagging economy. As desperation takes hold, Anthony teams up with Skip, a drug addict, and Kirby, a small-time crook, to pull off a bank heist that will give them all chances for a better life. Nigga, that cover is iconic. I used to have this when I was single and stuff, and I had a poster of that mask with the gun. You feel me? That shit right there is iconic. What? You can't make that up. Hey, I gotta break free. So the bigger idea of it, right, especially when you look at the Dead Presidents movie, is them understanding that these people don't give a fuck about you, right? You went to the army. They went to the army, did they big one. Came back struggling, fighting for America. This is what the Hughes brothers was trying to depict in here, right? And this is why they basically essentially dropped out and said, let me curate my own path. You feel me? So they said, or Anthony in the movie was like, wait a minute, nigga, there's a pimp dicking down my gas. Damn. My baby mama getting her ass worked, and I'm at this meat shop slaving, trying to get to it, and I ain't getting enough. I ain't making it happen, right? Y'all seen that meme going on? They said they said $18 to $25 an hour is the new $7.25. I say, yeah, because this thing is heating up and speeding up like a motherfucker, boy. What? As time is getting crazy, boy. That money stuff be like, you can feel it too. So now understanding that, right, and understanding that these people don't give a fuck about you, right? Anthony went on his own quest. He said, hey, I need to try something, right? And they put the mask on. Now, this is important, family, and I want y'all to stay with me when I'm telling y'all about this mask, because this is an important energy that we need to understand to the core, right? Remember, the 5th of November is this mask, right? And you're essentially putting on a mask every day when you get up and go to these jobs. Some of y'all are cosplaying like a motherfucker at them hoes. You feel me? What they called it, what they used to call it, what's they call it, white? You would talk white or whatever. What was that? What did they call it? They called it something. I can't even remember now. Damn. You just have to act like you with it and shit. You feel me? I get it. Hey, they giving you that cheese. Them dead presidents, they giving it up. Shit. All right, bet. You feel me? I hear you. I feel you, baby. Trust me. I was there. I know. I'm about to tell y'all how to break out and break free of it. And I'm about to tell you why you want to break free of it, because essentially, at the end of the day, what this world is made up of is adventures and experiences that's going to move you into deeper levels of consciousness. Don't worry, I'm gonna get there. Watch this. So yeah, they put the mask on, right? They did that. And they had their whole big one by, going to pull the bank heist, right? But then putting a mat, yeah, thank you, SW, code switching. That's what it was. Yeah, I see y'all in here. What's up, family? Okay. Chef Curbs, what's up, y'all? What's the deal, family? What's up? What's up? What's up? So them, being in the same boat, in the same kind of vibration of like, man, woe is me. What am I going to do? How do I make this thing happen? How do I survive? They thought the best idea and strategy was to rob a bank. Now, trust me, family, that is not the idea that you want to go with, baby. You feel me? And you see how it ended at the end, right? Of dead presidents. That is not what you want to go with, right? You want to go with something a little bit more about your business, about you, right? See, they had the right idea by putting on these masks and saying, okay, well, shoot, I'm gonna have to hide my identity and play make believe as I'm a bank robber. But it wasn't in them, right? This was their first heist and their last. So it wasn't in them because they was just doing it for the money, for the greed. You feel me? They were in the right mode and idea of, okay, let me move in a different kind of spirit because this stuff is not working and I'm slaving and I'm not getting by, right? But essentially, they played the wrong game. They played their wrong hand. You feel me? And they manifested the reality of what all bank robbers get. See, I just seen 50 Cent's interview on the Breakfast Club. I think that was the Breakfast Club. When he said this, he was like, he got out of the game, the drug game, essentially because he said nobody ain't never made it. He said he ain't never seen nobody make it. Either you're gonna die, go to jail, or whatever, right? Be stuck somehow, broke and drugged out in an attic and stuff. You feel me? So now that's not the game to go into, right? Because you're not doing it for no reason but money. You're not robbing a bank for no reason but money, right? And you reap what you sow, right? As above, so below, as within, so without. So whatever you're putting out, is definitely going to come back to you in the boomerang effect. You feel me? Because your heart is not really meant for it. You feel me? See, now I can see if it's somebody like, somebody that has a passion for riding bikes and stuff like that. And you're like, man, I just want to figure out how to do it. There's some movies that show you that. I think that's them Ocean's 11s and 12s and stuff like that. Ocean 11s, Ocean 12, like I just want to hit this. I just want to figure this thing out. Yeah, there's a reward at the end, but you can see there's something else that their energy is speaking about. You feel me? They just saying like, let's see if we can pull this off. You feel me? I think they did it in another movie with T.I. and them boys. Yeah, T.I. I think Chris Brown was in it too. You feel me? That kind of stuff, right? So understand, right? You putting the mask on is cool, and this is what we want you to do. Put this mask on. Remember the 5th of November. This rebellious spirit is you, right? And it says rebellious and a plot twist spirit in the normal operandi. Mask on. This is that Falk situation, or that remember V for Vendetta situation, where they're saying, which is today, November 5th, which is the energy is speaking of you breaking free of any kind of governmental control and any kind of idea that these presidents got your back, that the system is looking out for your best interests in hand. Remember it. Look, what I said, stop worrying, stop giving away your energy to people who don't give a fuck about you. So if you're in that egregor spirit of thinking that Donald Trump and Kamala is going to change your life, then you're fucking up. Heavy, baby. And I'm talking about in a deep way that's not even remotely close to your divine nature, right? See, nobody can do this for you but you. You're going to have to move into a space of like saying, hey, enough is enough. Let me figure this thing out for myself. Now, let me play this video real quick of where I'm going to go to next in the aspect of fake it till you make it.
Your mentality that's going to make it. If you understand certain concepts, that all human events on the planet does have a spiritual birth, does come from a spiritual event. It cannot not come from it. That's what the word metaphysics means. It's for you to look beyond the physical. So there's a physical event, but there's a metaphysical reason this physical event took place. So when any event happens, there's always as above, so below, the above spiritual and the below physical. So you can explain any spiritual event away physically, no question. But as I pointed out, these laws are for you to interpret in your mind. So therefore, in your mind, every physical event I look at as spiritual. Always got you. As a scientist. That's where you hear statements that you probably don't understand, but you heard them tossed around like fake it until you make it. Because you say, well, that sounds a little bit, like I'm just supposed to act like I'm doing something spiritual. Is that what that means? No, what it means is they're trying to tell you in another way, your mind will make real. They told you this shit in the Matrix. Your mind makes it real. So you're in a physical place and your mind needs to make it real. That's true. Your mind needs to make it real. So when you fake it until you make it, they're saying you fake it until your mind makes it real. So you niggas need to tell yourself anything y'all want to about you because your mind will make it real. Start telling yourself you can fly before you know it. You see a bunch of niggas doing this shit, they'll still be going to work at Walmart, but at least they're flying to work. You know what I'm saying? At least they're flying. So fake it until you make it, which is a phrase. I'm sure it comes from someplace else, but I remember it The first place I remember reading it is in either Phil Hines or Peter Carroll's Chaos Magic books. Fake it until you make it, and that's one of the things that in occult has been one of the famous sayings. So the science behind what they were saying is your mind will make it real. So you need to start telling yourself whatever. That's what they tell you in self-help books. What do you think they mean? Remember that Saturday Night Live skit? Pat. Oh no, not Pat. Al Franken. And he used to open up, he look in the mirror. I am beautiful. Everyone likes me. I am special. I am a good person. People love me. My parents love me. My kids love me. People like what I do. I am an asset to the world. Telling yourself this in the mirror. You see, because eventually by telling yourself this, you're faking it until you make it. That's what that means.
Shout out to the God Panic, rising in power to the God Panic. And yes, he is active in the astral realms. Also, y'all can go to occultlectures.com. Khadija is still running this site. Don't worry, the books will come. And they're coming faster too. Books, herb packs, all of that. Occultlectures.com to go get Panic's books and the herbs and all of that good stuff, right? That's all still on the website. The website is still up and it's still a go. You feel me? So I know there's something going around with this Amazon thing, right? Don't worry about that. That's somebody just selling the book. You can sell anything on Amazon, you feel me? And put a price on it, right? So you just want to go, if you need his books, both of his books, do my ad for my bro because I know he gonna come through occultlectures.com. Somebody put it in the chat for me. occultlectures.com. Shout out to the God. Now, Panic was dropping on that because that's an important statement to understand, right? Fake it till you make it. So there has to be a certain energy. So you wake up every day, right? And you don't want to be at this particular job or this particular place doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? So now you got to ask yourself, what mask are you putting on to change that narrative of the world that you're in? And how consistent are you in the belief system? Remember, the belief is the lie you're telling yourself every day. How consistent are you in living out that energy? You know what I used to do when I was a PE teacher and before I became a entrepreneur? I used to tell myself every day that I was a successful, abundant entrepreneur, and I was a PE teacher, and I didn't know what lane I was gonna go into next. You feel me? Every day. So then when people would come up to me, because this is when we was in Panic's class early, and when I was in his class or whatever, and somebody asked him a question, and he was like, "Nah, nigga, you gotta lie." And niggas was like, "Wait, what? Lie about what?" He said, "Lie every day." So like, if somebody come up to you, say, "Hey, what you do," right? That what you do statement. You can't say, "Oh, I work at Walmart or whatever," right? "Oh, I'm an overnight stocker." No, you gotta say whatever you are destined to be and live in that energy until that bitch turns on, and then you start to see your world shift, and now all of a sudden you like, "Oh shit, I made it." See, I was telling myself that and people that all the time, and then one day I made it. You feel me? Look, I did that, and then I did that when I was a personal trainer. So this was before I was a PE teacher. I'm a personal trainer, right? At 24-hour fitness back in the day, and I'm training people at 10 o'clock at Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, right? Training people, right? And we'll be having small talk conversation as I'm training them and stuff, right? And I would tell them straight up, I would say, hey, yeah, I'm a PE teacher. And he'd be like, oh yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I teach kids, I play basketball all day and all of that. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there with them in the middle of the day when school's going on. They would have some kind of rationale to say, this nigga must be crazy because you here with me. Shit, I see you 2 times a week. How you a PE teacher? Boy, you crazy. At 11 o'clock when school is jumping. So now the idea is to tripwire and train and change your mind into whatever you want to be based off of the mental alchemy. And you consistently understanding, right, that you're putting on a mask anyway based off of the program self that you grew up in and somebody else indoctrinated you with an identity. Now you just want to eradicate that mainframe and build your own mask, put on your own mask, and live in the belief, the lie you're telling yourself every day consistently enough until your world changes and you say, oh shit, wait a minute, I am that thing. And that's how this thing is done. So now the problem is that there's a lot of emotional churn that you got to go through, right? You got to go through the stuff that's holding you back, the fear, because you identify with particular archetypical energies that's been traumas and fears of yours since you was a child. So you might identify with you always have to have a job, right? Or shit, I always have to have a job. That's the only way I can get it. You feel me? Or you might identify with $50,000 a year is a lot of money. You feel me? You might mentally identify with that, just based off of you seeing your parents go through that or whatever, and saying, "Oh shit, this 50,000 is good." You know what I'm saying? So you have to really bust the ceiling on how you want to see yourself and move into a space of believing the lie you're telling yourself, right, over and over and over again, and not worry about how it's going to come into fruition, right? But simply imagine and take yourself into that invocation spirit that moves you into the new world order. Your new world order. Very, very important. And how can I prove it, family? Watch this. Boom. We just had Hallows Eve. I can't make it up. We just had Hallows Eve. And these celebrities came out in droves in their costumes. Right? And Hallows Eve is just as simple as the fourth dimension and the third dimension meshing, right? So if the fourth dimension, the astral realms, is the subconscious mind realm, right? And that's where everything comes into this physical dimension, third dimension, right? Then that means you're creating a certain archetype in the fourth dimension every day based off of somebody in this third dimensional world programming you with these thoughts to make you put that into the astral realms. And then it comes back into your physical reality as this is who I am. So now you have to come into the space and wholeness of saying, you know what? I'm not going to let the system, right? Because it's not the system of the presidents, right? Kamala and Trump. It's the system of your upbringing programming, of your mama's programming, of the church's programming, of the school system's programming that's keeping you in lockdown, prison cells, and your cells are screaming to break out, but you have to be able to discipline yourself and move in that space of courage with telling yourself the lie that you want to see manifest every day, no matter what. Somebody comes up to you, boom. Hey, what you do for a living? Oh, I got a company called Rent a Spoons. You feel me? Hey, oh yeah, Rent a Spoons. That's cool. Tell me a little bit about it. And you have to know that shit like clockwork. Oh yeah, look, nah, I just have this whole Rent a Spoons thing where we let y'all we rent out these spoons and y'all just got to bring them back. You don't even got to wash them. Ha, whatever the fuck y'all want. Say, dog, what? That's the crazy. Hey, Martin, how the hell does the Coles just say? See, that's some like bonehead shit, boy. They tried to they should rent them spoons. That nigga said that. Martin looked at him. He said, let me choke the hell out of this boy. So understand to the core, right? Invoking spirits. And remember, spirits is just the energy that you're exuding, right? So everybody has a spirit. Everybody doesn't have a soul. So Panic's soul has got out of the fifth dimension. All them ancestors that I showed you, Lalela, Africa, Kalindi, right? The master and the master ancestors, master teachers, master ancestors, their soul has gotten out of the circle of the time completely. Their spirit is what animated them down here in this earth realm. And their spirit is still alive and well based off of us understanding what their spirit is. You feel me? And knowing who these people were, right? So now you can utilize and get in contact with Kalindi's spirit, right? If you are going on a mushroom adventure and say, you know what? Let me figure out let me tap in with Kalindi before I take these 5 to 7 grams of mushrooms or whatever. You feel me? And see what his spirit embodies that made him courageous to take 28 grams and shit, right? Same thing with Panic. You can access Panic's mind based off of you understanding that he's ready and primed in the astral realms. Same thing with Lalela Africa. So now the problem is, right, that our energy is stuck in the root chakra. It's stuck in the lower levels of the human, which is survival mode and fear and panic and all of that low vibrational stuff, right? When you raise your kundalini energy, your sexual energy, your kundalini energy to the Godhead, essentially you be able to access information like that. Now, not just like that, but like even me in my meditations, all I got to do is literally now I'll be in my meditations, ask something, and I'll get the answer in 5 minutes. Or if I ask something before I go to sleep, I'll have a dream and I'll say, oh yeah, that's it. Like this whole damn live that I'm doing now. Had a dream about the damn thing. Chaos in the blood. I just, yeah, what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow. Boom. Said, oh, okay, bet. Watch this. So this is what I'm saying. You have to understand that if the more you raise your energy up, right, your kundalini energy up and just become more high vibrational, essentially you're going to be in the owl. Owl is gold, right? The gold is you moving and the rhythm of your universe. You're going to be in the algorithm and an alignment with whatever your heart's desire might be based off of you coming down here to experience anyway. That was your whole plight and prowess from the jump, to just experience stuff down here, not to conform to an idea of something your mama told you when you was a kid that you're shy. and then you believed it, and now every time you talk to a girl, you act all shy and shit, all nervous and shit. You feel me? Based off of you, right? Believing in the lie over and over and over again, and it's becoming part of your nervous system or your physiological language in your body. And now your body just moves you into shy dynamics and woe is me and subservient energy and so on and so forth, right? So a good person to look at and to understand and as well is Elon Musk. Now, I seen him yesterday on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I was blown away by how he just he like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Whatever these people talking about, they're gonna have to take me out, right? And it's a good, he's a good case study to see, because he's just moving by the law of his land. Like, even when he was uh first getting into it, first getting to that money or whatever, you feel me? Money shouldn't be the stepping stone for you to say, let me run my ship, right? Yeah, there's a level to the amount of gas you can put out, but there still should be some kind of rebellious spirit inside of you that's speaking for you and standing up for you on a day-to-day basis. That rebellious spirit, remember the 5th of November, is you saying, I'm not conforming to none of this stuff. I just seen, I don't know if this was true or not, they said they trying to raise the Social Security to 70. I say, well, goddamn. I said, wait a minute. What, boys is dying at 70? What they talking about? 70? Can you even walk at 70? God damn. So you want to understand to the core, right, that your energy is needed right now. It's time for you to turn up right now. Figure out something right now, because the next 4 years is not going to be based off of Kamala or Donald Trump being the president. The next 4 years is going to be based off of you being your own president and residing in the energy that makes you whole. So it's time to wake up. There's a good book. So everybody needs to get all of my Chia's books, right? If you're just trying to figure out the kundalini and just figure out how to raise your energy up so you can start thinking in a more clear level. But right now it's important to detox. Now, this November, no means no, right? D-Ray and I started this detox, and this shit been, boy, it's been something else. You feel me? November, it's 5 days in. Damn, okay, we doing good. We're going for 14 days, but this shit been beating my ass, and this is whole Bobby Price detox, right? And the reason why we do it is because essentially we need to challenge ourselves in some kind of light, in some kind of fashion, to get things moving again and again and again. So it's the same thing. Everybody has to go through the sacrifice, right? Sacrifice is important, because at the end of the day, if you're not sacrificing something, then you're just privy or primed for somebody else to make you do the sacrifice on yourself. So a big sacrifice that a lot of people might have to move into is understanding that this stuff does take time, right? It's not going to happen overnight. You're just going to see, let's say you're at your job right now, right? You work at Walmart, you're at your job right now. It's not going to happen in a year. You feel it could happen in a year, it could happen in 6 months, it could happen whenever, right? But what I'm saying is, you don't want to bet on something, your world changing in a year, right? Or 2 years or whatever. You want to just be that person right now, every day, right now, and move with that particular energy of you that being that $1 million nigga or whatever the fuck. And essentially what's gonna happen is, just like Panic said in that video I just showed, the more you fake it till you make it, the more you move with that particular energy, right? The more it will start to give you signs, synchronicities, and symbols on what next play to make. Now, the plays might not be grand. They might be small as hell, but still, it's a stepping stone, right, to your next stage and to your next walk. I was in the gym, I think it was 2 weeks ago, right? I was in the gym, and I don't know what the fuck I did with my back. I did something. I said, damn, I fucking hurt my back. I said, fuck. You feel me? I said, damn, all right, bet. And you know, I'm in the gym just working out, doing my thing. I don't really have no physical goal that I want to accomplish or anything like that. But I just understand that when you're lifting weights, you want to be consistent weekly by weekly, right? So boom, I kind of hurt my back. So I said, all right, fuck it. I can't do no squats or no deadlifts for a week, right? And it's cut, and that's been 2 weeks ago, because I'm still having this ailment in my back, right? But this rising is funny. This rising, I'm in my magic room. I got out of my meditation, and something told me, because I was feeling my back still hurt. I'm like, damn, that shit hurt like a bitch. Something told me, go get that tuning fork. Boom. When I got that tuning fork, started putting it around my back and stuff like that, right? I said, all right. I said, I've been doing this for a week. I just went and got my other tuning fork, put it on my back. You feel me? I'm putting the tuning fork down, and I look and I say, wait, what the fuck? I said, wait, hold on, what is this? I pick it up. It was that belladonna. I said, oh my God, I could be using this shit. Chaos in the blood. I put that shit right on my back. That shit feeling better than a motherfucker now. Boy, what? I said, thank you, Spirit. God damn. I would have never thought. I've been had that belladonna in that bitch for years. God damn. Spirit wasn't showing me these damn tuning forks to hit my back. It was trying to get me to that belladonna so I can recover faster and get back in my squat mode. Hey, I was hey, and that's what I'm be talking about, like the little stuff like that, right? That's where you know spirit is at play. But we ignore that, because I was about to get out. I was like, fuck it, I ain't trying to fuck with them tuna forks. I've been using them all week. Spirit told me, yo, go back. I'm literally walking out the door. Fuck it. You try it again, these damn tuning forks. Put it on my back. Boom. My graph said, fuck that one. Put that bitch down. I said, oh God, hit me like a ton of rocks. That belladonna. God damn. So understand to the core, right? Right. And I want to dive deep into this point. Invoking spirits is your right. And remember, spirits is just the energy that you reside with. You feel me? And these celebrities just did it in this Hallows Eve. You feel me? And these Jessica Rabbits, I'm like, damn, hopefully they conjoined on it or whatever. God damn, I know niggas was like, well, fuck. Chaos in the blood, baby. How all 4 of them do Jessica Rabbits. So now obviously that Jessica Rabbit spirit, right, is them invoking sexiness and a badass. You feel me? So they all might have had the same code from the astral realms that said, yeah, I want them to know that I'm that bitch. You feel me? Even Kim Kardashian playing with y'all with the reptilian thing. I said, I can't wait till I hear the conspiracy theory people now, baby. Hey, Kim said, oh yeah, I know this one's gonna kill him. Ha! I said, oh, see, if I was famous and a celebrity and shit, I'll be doing shit like that. What? Oh, I'll be the biggest. Y'all be like, damn, that nigga Illuminati. I'll be all type of shit. What? I'll be fucking with niggas' heads like a motherfucker, boy. That shit'll be fun in a bitch. Hey, fuck it. Why not? You feel me? And see, since the celebrities understand, right, that hey, you need to go for yours and you can play to whatever character you want to. Shit, they running amok on this thing. It all attention is good attention. All garner attention at all costs. So now Kim Kardashian put on this reptilian thing and say, "Oh, they gonna spin this one." Ha! And shit, that's all she wrote. You feel me? Because now her name is back in the news. Now everybody, every conspiracy theory person got something to say, and that's just bringing another energy to her brand, to her particular archetype, which makes her bigger and bigger and bigger. You feel me? So that's very, very important to understand. So ask yourself, family, I want y'all to ask yourself, are you playing it too safe based on the mass you were programmed with? There's a mass that you've been programmed with. Are you playing it too safe? See, you got to think about this, and this is where I get to the deep understanding of how this thing all unfolds. What happened to my screen? God damn. Okay. The sun done came out. Okay, baby, it's going down. When you look up, right? When you wake up and then look up and say, okay, there's something inside of me that's moving me to do something else, right? You have that feeling over and over and over again. Now, if you don't have that feeling, then I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people that just get up and say, God damn, I know there's something else, right? What I'm asking of you to move into is to move with that, whatever that something else is, just start doing it. Fuck it. Because again, this life is meaningless, right? And this is an illusion. So now that little noise that keeps on nagging at you to do something else is the true calling and power that you have to go with in order to not come back to this bitch. I'm telling you what it is, baby. If you don't break free of, see, and that's what you came down here to transmute the what's that, the demiurge energy of you just being automatoned out, or you going into and doing your big one as the one, Neo. Thomas Anderson or Neo? Thomas Anderson or Neo? Which one are you? So breaking free of the matrix is breaking free of the ideas and concepts that you came down here to learn from based off of your traumas and your environment, and move into your superhero mode, right? Your Neo mode, which is essentially your God mode. So hey baby, fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. And yeah, hey. Good luck. Give me some questions, family. Give me some questions. Give me some questions. Yeah, y'all like this thing up, baby. Like this thing up. Yeah, don't forget gratitude. That's important. Yep. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And that's the key too. And I'm glad you said that, Meat Mao. The gratitude is heavy because you want to be in a space of, being because the gratitude, see, the science of the gratitude is just you being in the state of the now, right? And this state of the now is how you're able to become more conscious. You feel me? So a lot of times people are not in a space of gratitude because they're letting their emotions uh, or their body tell them what they need. So like their body says, you need that Coca-Cola, you need that coffee, right? You need that porn, right? So that's their level of genius. You feel me? When you can step back and just be in a space of gratitude, essentially it puts you in the now. And that putting you in the now makes you more aware, right? More aware of your thoughts. So that awareness of your thoughts start to give you an idea of what you're thinking on a daily. Like, damn, why am I thinking that? Oh shit. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm not supposed to be thinking that, right? In the Patreon, we practice something called Bing Bong. Bing Bong. And Bing Bong was a character in the Inside Out movie that was a pivotal character in the movie based off of him being the imagination zone, right? And essentially, like we're saying, fake it till you make it, right? You want to see yourself as a winner every day, all the time, right? In your mind's eye. So how do you get there? One, the mental alchemy, and just saying and being in that bing bong state of just you constantly repetitiously seeing yourself in a different light in your mind's eye, whatever it might be, right? I got a video I think I did like 5 years ago. It's called Fake It Till You Make It or whatever. It's one of them scripted videos I put together when I was doing that whole love, live, life thing. Y'all go check that out. But essentially, that's what you want to be into, this zone of genius where your energy is speaking to the person that you truly desire to live in all the time. How to protect oneself in a weird work environment. A big aspect of that is you shifting your energy, right? That's the hugest aspect of that. So like when you become more high vibrational, that weird work environment will start to give you more spiritual messages and codes of why you're there in the first place. Because essentially there's a reason why you're there and you got to just observe the reason why you're there. You feel me? Uh, um, when you do that, essentially what's going to happen is you're going to get the aha moment of your next walk and say, damn. Because when you say weird work environment, you got to look at yourself and say, damn, well, I guess I'm weird too, because it's a mirror. And that mirror is just a reflection of you, right? So understanding that is how you understand where you're at in your particular energy. Now, there's a level where you will break free of that and things will start to shift. Like you just won't, it just won't phase you no more. You feel me? But for the mere fact that it is phasing you, like people at your job is phasing you, that's the problem. See, these jobs are, like for instance, my example, right? When I was at a job, I was a PE teacher or whatever, right? I was feeling that same thing, like, damn, these people dead, it's automaton, gone, right? And then I finally just gave up and surrendered and said, you know what? This is where I'm at. This is, the walk that I chose. And I know I'm not going to be here forever, right? So now I have to be able to bask in this experience to learn why I actually came to this particular school and to teach and stuff like that. You feel me? I went to the same school, elementary school. I taught at the same elementary school that I was sitting at, that I went to as a child, right? So the kids in that elementary school, I seen them inside of me as well, right? Walking from the apartment, same thing, in the hood and shit, right? So now I'm a PE teacher teaching on the same PE floor that I used to sit down on. So I had to do the alchemical work to understand why I'm back at this particular spot, because remember, this whole world that we're in is just a reflection and illusion that's mimicking something that we got to learn about ourselves. So then when I went back to it and understood that, oh shit, I used to not like going to that elementary school because the teachers used to chastise me, used to forget my name, used to send me to SAC, right? And I would believe that it was just based off of how dark I was or whatever. You feel me? So now I'm having to lean into another level of guide, if you will, based off of me seeing these kids at this elementary school that I was working at. So what I did was, instead of like when I seen the white teachers chastising them, all the young black boys and shit, I would show them love. I would give them some support, some encouragement. I would, laugh with them and play with them in a particular manner that shows them like, hey, big dog, you got this. It's all about you, baby. You here, right? But in me doing that, it was actually me healing myself, because I actually needed that teacher in elementary school. So then I went a step further and I was teaching, and this is another aspect of getting out of your particular situation. I was teaching my elementary school students meditation. I'm talking about, and that shit is an impossible feat, boy, but a nigga like me pulled it off. 60, let's say every kindergarten, let's say 60 elementary school kindergartner kids, teaching them meditation. Sitting there, no, I'm talking about every day. That was their warm-up meditation. My other coaches would be mad as hell at me, but shit, he couldn't say, I got these kids quiet and in a whole different level of, what they needed, right? Because I thought to myself one year, I'm like, because I can't remember, I was watching a video in England, and the kids in England meditate when they come to school, right? So I'm like, man, what the fuck? I said, they call it I don't know the term they call it, whatever they call it, in transcendental meditation, right? Now I'm sitting there thinking that, what the hell? I said, oh yeah, this whole school system is jacked up, right? Them kids is going to school meditating in England, right? I don't know if it was everywhere in England, but it was on the BBC program that I was watching this shit. Nah, I got to do that same thing too. Fuck it. Yeah, so every class, kindergarten to 4th grade, every class they meditate in the first 10 to 15 minutes. You feel me? And it took me some while to get everybody on the same cue, right? But you just got to really get to the leader of the group, which is what the quote unquote bad kid, but it's not really bad. You just got to meet him at his particular energy level that he needs to, feel from you, right? So once I got to each of those kids, then the class just ran smoothly, right? Put on that meditation, for 60 kids every class, shit. And that was making me just calm myself down too, shit. You feel me? But again, the key was me manifesting that into, now, guess what? Boom. A meditation teacher, a metaphysical teacher, a spiritual teacher. You feel me? So that's the key too. You got to look at your job and understand why you're at that particular job and how it's going to serve you in the long run. Can we evoke spirits of those still alive? Absolutely. I do that all the time. Like I did when I did back in the day, I did DC Young Fly, because he had this kind of rebellious, he was like the first of these people that was like breaking free of the program system ways. You feel me? So I evoked him, and essentially I was out of a job. That's like that. The job wasn't no more. You feel me? So DC Young Fly was one of the first people I invoked that was alive, I think. Now, maybe it was, I think it could have been Jay-Z back in the day. I don't remember. But yeah, basically, when you invoke these spirits, essentially, you want to read about them. You want to get into their essence, their character, right? Remember, this is about character building. When you're building up your character, you're building up your character in your movie. You're in a big movie, and this movie that you're in is uh, uh, you're the star in your movie. So you building up your character is basically just invoking these energies. So if you like Jay-Z swag and shit, read about him, listen to his music, watch his interviews, right? And then one day go into a meditation where you become Jay-Z, right? And essentially, when you become Jay-Z, you're just becoming that spirit. And then you'll probably carry out the particular, not probably, you will carry out that particular mode of genius. You just got to recognize it when you open your eyes. You feel me? So a lot of times what I do is invoke spirits. Cyclopedia of Spirits, Judica Ilks, right? And these spirits are a great way to invoke, because remember, these are just energy streams uh, um, in your consciousness that needs to just turn on. So the light bulbs in your subconscious mind need to turn on. And when you read about these deities, when you look at their pictures and things of that nature, I had a very powerful invoking spirit ritual in the Patreon, right, with a candle and everything that I used to do back in the day. And you invoke these, and then you get their archetypical stuff, right? So let's do one real quick, shall we? Give us a spirit that the people needs for this presidential debate. Let's see what we got here. Loco. If we can do loco or low key, but let's do loco since he is right here. Papa Loco of Primal Root, Iowa, is the spirit of the very first Vodun priest, Hungan, a master magician and a healer. Okay, so there you go. He's a master magician. Loco, Loko, master magician and a healer. He is a presiding spirit of voodoo and is now also associated with ceremonial magic. Papa Loco is a ritual specialist and an authority on esoteric arts and history. There you go. So y'all that want to get into y'all rituals, this is the nigga to fuck with. Papa Loco. He is the guardian of sacred sanctuaries and religious secrets, the Iowa of vegetation and discipline. Botanicals include herbs and trees communicated directly to him, revealing their secrets and powers. So then, if I was trying to tap into Loco spirit, I would talk to my tree. Heavy. What? I'm Loco. So that's what you need to do. Talk to your tree and see what time it is. So you can get the magical herbs and stuff. You feel me? This is fire right here. In Africa, Loco is perceived as an ancestor of the royal family. His veneration was limited to the priest kings. He is not a spirit of the masses. Having arrived in Haiti with victims of the slave trade, however, Papa Loco evolved into a more generalized spirit associated with religion rather than royalty. Let's see what Papa Loco is a ritual spiritualist. He is not overly concerned with independent practitioners and is not usually their patron. However, he offers spiritual guidance to those considering or seeking formal initiation into voodoo and may be invoked as needed. He is also petitioned for healing and empowerment. Attributes keys. It says keys, so get you a key. To have you a key. Colors gold, yellow, white. You know what to do. Wear them colors. Get you a yellow candle. Put Loco's picture up and then run it. Sacred creatures, butterflies, roosters, especially fighting cocks, snakes. So then this tells you that this is a transformational entity, spirit, right? Especially with the butterflies and the snakes, you feel me? Because that's all that symbolizes a transformation. Offerings: white rum, white rice, white foods, healing herbs, efforts on behalf of the reforestation of Haiti. That's fly. So yeah, family, y'all can do this, family. Y'all just gotta find the spirit that you fuck with and then move into that zone of genius. So that way it can move you in particular lights, right? But just like I said, just like that panic video said, you gotta fake it till you make it, and then essentially everything will come online. You feel me? Everything will come online. Some of the kids gonna ride with that forever. Yeah. Can I watch LeBron and Kobe videos to make it in the way? Absolutely. You know that. That's how we get it in. That's how you tap into that Mamba spirit, especially. You feel me? Yeah, family. So I want y'all to understand the mask you wearing is the mask that you've been programmed with. Change your mask and run amok on your new belief system. The lie you're telling yourself. Y'all know what it is, family. Peace to the gods.